Hello, Pisces. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For this week's read, for the tarot, I'm going to use the Gendron Tarot by Melanie Gendron. It's an older deck, but usgamesinc.com is the website if you want to see it. I believe the website's still active. I don't know about getting this deck, but the website, I believe, is still active. I think Ciro Marchetti has some stuff on there. Supportive Oracle Cards, Energy Oracle Cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. How did I not remember that? She has websites. I know she does. Okay. But you do. I know you do, Sandra. Hold on. Are you the Hay House one? You are the Hay House. You got a bunch of Hay House websites. So there's all the Hay House websites. So feel free to check that out if you want to. Okay. I should have taken that out beforehand. Okay, listen. Shut. Thank you. All right. What do we have for Pisces? Ooh. Exciting. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm getting that tortoise feel here, but I also feel you in control. Like I usually say in these videos, I'm a Pisces myself, so do I like this reading? I think I do. You might have to walk away from disapproval from others, something like that. You got a lot of abundance around you. There's a walking away energy going on here, and you got the Six of Swords, so there's a lot of that popping in around this. But I feel like it might be just stepping away from people who just don't agree with you. It's kind of like sometimes you need to kind of confront people to fix something or to set it right. But if you're not going to be able to fix it, and if it's not going to make things better, maybe that's the way to put it. If it's not going to improve your situation, and it's just going to bring you down or make things rougher for you, more difficult for you, then I don't see the point in doing it. So I feel like it might be like, if some people are giving you a hard time, let them go their own way and just put some distance between you and them for a little while. Just because somebody's upset doesn't mean you have to, engage that. Because somebody does feel like you owe them an explanation for the decisions you're making in your life. And that might not be the case. For some of you, I do feel like this is a work thing. I'm getting this King of Pentacles that's out of balance. This is showing up in the spot of like what's not working. It's a general read, so whatever way this connects. But for some of you, it's somebody you work with, maybe even a boss who thinks they have the right to tell you about, that was a bad decision, or, you shouldn't be living your life this way, or you shouldn't be living your life that way. It's not for them to say. Whoever this is, I feel like whatever you're doing, it's not for them to tell you. Like, they might have a control issue. Because that's not going... It's somebody who really feels like... I do understand that they care. It may be somebody who cares about you. This also kind of dips into that realm of like, just because they care doesn't mean you want them to care. It might be one of those. Maybe somebody who cares about you, but you're like, yeah, I'm okay if they don't, though. It might be one of those, just to be fair. It's got a weird energy to it. So the simple answer so far is just to disconnect from it. You've got something. It's like whatever you have, don't give up on this. Don't let somebody else bully you out of what you really want. I don't know. Somebody might be really trying to bully you, trying to get you to go a different direction. Don't let them do that. Especially if it's a work situation. But even if it's like a family or friend situation, you got to live your life. You're the one in control. You are the one in control. And only if you let them push you away from what you want will you end up losing this great abundance. Just don't let them push you away from it. Also doesn't mean that you have to engage with them. Like, if it's really none of their business, just don't talk about it with them and just spend time away from them as much as you can, realistically. As a Pisces, what I have done sometimes is like I won't even let people know where I'm going. If I'm going to start doing something and I'm like, oh, people may not like that, I just set it up, make it happen, and when I'm in full swing, I'm like, yeah, I decided I wanted to do that, and here I am now. It may be too late for them to not like it. They may still tell me afterwards they don't like it, but once I'm stable with what I want to do, it is what it is. This does seem kind of a little bit of an oxymoron. Like, they seem to be very against it before it happens, but if you do make it happen, I find this very ironic. If you do make what you want happen, they seem to be very supportive afterwards. So, I don't know what to tell you about that. That seems very... What is that about? We're going to do some dice on that one. Why are they so supportive afterwards? Is it just... It's kind of like, well, I guess you did it, so I might as well support you type energy? Alright, so the Eight of Swords and the Judgment. Yeah. They don't feel like they can... Once you've moved forward and made your decision, they can't stop you. So they decide, instead of fighting against it, they kind of work with you on it. They seem to respect that it's your decision and you're going to do what you're going to do. I feel like this reminds me of a long time ago. My mom divorced my dad, and I feel like there's people who did not like that. But when she moved on and left, and that was that, then they became supportive afterwards. Like, they didn't want her leaving that marriage beforehand, but once she did, they became supportive after. They were very against it beforehand, but okay with it afterwards. It was weird. It feels like that. Ironically, my mother was a Pisces too, so it reminds me of that. Yeah, because once you get out there, once you stabilize this and you keep going, you'll be fine. I don't see it holding you back. How do you get past this a little easier, though? Because there is, like, feeling like... There's this feeling of, like, I'm fighting for nothing, or it's not going to work out, or somebody making you feel like what you want isn't going to be as good as you think, and you're going to get there and you're going to be disappointed that you did that because it didn't make anything better. It's kind of like I started off with this half-full glass of happiness, and now I traded it in and I went over here and I still had a half-full glass of happiness. Went through all this work and didn't get anything more than I already had. I don't think that's really how this is going to work out, but there seems to be that impression being pushed on you. Air. 10 of air. 10 of swords. You're afraid you're going to fail and that it's not going to change anything and you're going to get stuck. If this is hitting. Like, I could fail. But I feel like this is more the energy coming at you. Like, there's fear-mongering. I feel like there's fear-mongering going on here. I feel like some of this... You gotta be a strong Pisces with, and you gotta hold to yourself, and you gotta push forward. If you're gonna make this happen, you're gonna make this happen. I don't see a lot of support. I feel like you have to lead and you have to make it happen. You might have to keep it more to yourself, which I don't know if I'm really a fan of it. But in this, for a temporary situation to get through this hurdle, maybe that's what you need to do. I usually like people communicating more. Usually, depending on who you're communicating with, like, you don't want to just communicate to just anybody. But I feel like this might be something you have to keep to yourself if you really want to succeed. Because the more you talk about it, like, you might want to talk about it a little bit. When people are negative about it, just walk away. In fact, if you're going to talk about it with other people and you're like, I'm not really sure if they're going to support me or not, I would probably set it up to where you keep it a small conversation. And, like, for example, if it's a work situation, like maybe 10 minutes before you leave work, bring it up there, and that way you can leave soon after if it doesn't go well. But if it does go well, you can stick around and talk a little longer if you want to. Something like that. Or like if you're visiting a family member, wait till you're just getting your coat on and getting ready to leave. Start the conversation then. If it goes well and you want to stay and keep talking, you take off your coat, you just wait. Otherwise, you're like, oh, I gotta go, so maybe we'll talk about this never again. So just move on. Maybe we'll just talk about this never again. Is there anything else I'm missing from this that I need to say? Because I see, like, the adversion, but I see it doesn't last. I see the Prince of Fire here, which I can't pick up. Am I not going to be able to pick you up? Come on, man. Come on, man. All right. It doesn't last. The aversion doesn't last, but it can be very strong for the time it's in front of you. So it can feel like a lot. Is there any, like, hints or help that we could use to get past this? I just feel like that can be something. A lot of swords energy. It's a lot of talk. The Page of Swords and the Justice card. It's a lot of thoughtless energy, but people feeling like they're doing what's best for you. They just don't really believe. They might not believe in you. let's be fair. I'm going to say this as a Pisces. Sometimes it's hard to get people to believe in you. They just don't see it the way you see it, and they just don't believe you can make it happen. So they poo-poo something to make you, to for your benefit, for your own good type feel. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that either. But it's a lot of swords energy, a lot of air energy, a lot of talk. If you can get past the talk and work around the talk, I feel like you can get strong and move forward and make what you want happen, because, again, you are the one in control. I'm getting avoid these people, at least temporarily, until you got what you want moving forward. Once you're moving forward and you have solidified it at least a little bit, people seem to accept it, and they're gonna be more appreciative, and they're gonna be more supportive. Do they believe in it? I don't know if they believe in it, but they're kind of like, well, now that you did it, might as well try to help you make it the best I can. So they seem to be more cooperative, I guess you want to say. I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt. But there's a lot of abundance here. This is worth you doing. It's just trying to find a way for you to make this happen without all these pitfalls falling down on you. I feel like if you do move forward with whatever it is you want, the other side will also be shocked long term about all the benefits that come forward for you and possibly for them if you allow them in on your situation, if you decide that's appropriate. Anything else? I think we're there. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.